Good morning, 97.1. We've got Stoney in today and for the week, as John's off on vacation. Kind of. He's got the bowl game.
That's right.
Yeah.
Helping out down there, too.
That's right. We're going to check in with Lions fans, kind of the emotional state of everybody at 8:35 this morning. And at 9 o'clock, this could be fun. We got the godfather of Detroit sports radio in. 9 o'clock, Detroit's best moments of the century.
Yeah.
The all-century team. All that stuff. The best team of the century. However we want to do it. We're going to tap into your scope.
Right. Because whether you want to go by the technical, the century start in 2000, whether we've had 25 or 26 years, it looks like it's the quarter century mark we're at.
Yeah. So good time to check in, especially as the year's ending. We'll do more end-of-year stuff tomorrow. We'll do picks tomorrow. Things a little off. TJ Lang's going to be in tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Yeah. By the way, he was getting some sun this last week. Saw him posting some stuff on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. He went somewhere. So.
I think, if you're working Christmas Day, you probably try to make it up to the family and take a little time afterwards. So we didn't have him Monday this week, but we'll have TJ on Wednesday
Right.
this week.
He wasn't getting his son outside in Minneapolis.
No, I can't imagine he was. That crowd was into it, though. Looked like it anyway.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, they love their Vikings.
They do.
And they're the one team in the division that I think is the least hateable by Lion fans.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, I have more hatred towards the Packers and the Bears.
Yes.
So I guess but process of elimination, sure.
Absolutely.
All right, we're joined by the Lions head coach, Dan Campbell. Let's do it. This will be the last time we have Coach on for this season. Dan, we've appreciated having you on all year, unfortunately, last time. But good morning.
Good morning.
When you talked about that NFC title game and some of your comments about just how hard it is, were you talking about kind of the way this season's gone, just how difficult it is to get back to that point?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a dose of reality. It's a tough league, man. It's hard to win, and you got to do a lot of things right, and you got to do it right on every level in the organization, on the team. Coaches, players, all of it. And you get a little bit off and you get out of line and it becomes very hard.
I know you still have one game left on Sunday, but as Jim says, it's the last time you'll be on with us. And I know you can't give specific names, but you guys you even mentioned that we have to stop or don't, I should say, fall in love with our own guys. In hindsight, do you think with, player acquisition, things like that this organization, you guys maybe fell in love with your own guys a little too much?
No, I don't believe that. I mean, there's guys on this team. There's a lot of guys on this team that I know exactly who they are. We know exactly who they are, what they're about, what they're made of, what they stand for. They've been here for a long time, and then some that we've acquired that really have shown a lot this year, man, that we've been able to depend on and feel like they fit everything we're about. But there'll be a time to deep dive all that stuff. We're going to have to do a deep dive on everything, top to bottom, and really, just get to the bottom of all of it, and because we got to get this thing corrected. And honestly, even with where we're at right now, as hard as it is, I'm a realist enough to know we're not as far off as it appears to be. It's easy to say, but we clean up one or two things here, and all of a sudden that equals 3 wins. That's the balance of it, man. It doesn't take much, but it does require a lot, and there's nothing easy about it.
I know you'll do more deep dive evaluations after this week, but if you could give us your thoughts on how Calvin Shepard has done in his first year as defensive coordinator heading into Week 18.
I like Shep. Shep has really grown this year, and I think with any first-time coordinator, first-time coach, you go through a lot, and and you learn along the way. You make adjustments, you find things that you believe in, you throw other things to the side that don't fit you. You find ways to adjust, and it's just part of the process. And I think Shep's done a damn good job. There's always going to be things that you learn from this job, but I like Shep.
Because there's going to be a question about, do you bring in a new offensive play caller? Safe to say you don't plan on making a change at defensive coordinator then?
Listen, I'm not anywhere yet. I got one game left here.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I'm not about to start going through what I'm going to do here or there. I'm not. I mean, has my mind gone there over right after the game for a day or so, 24 hours? You go through a lot in your head, but most of it is about yourself. I mean, that's what most of it is. I think about myself. Because the bottom line is I'm the one who's not done a good enough job here. That's very evident. So, I got to figure out my own stuff here. What do I need to correct? And then I'll start working through with the other stuff later. But we got one game left here.
Is it safe to say that whatever happens during the offseason, you, Brad, in discussion, there's going to be a lot of uncomfortable things that are going to have to take place with players, maybe some coaching staff, and that's the trademark of a good team. You have to be able to deal with things that are uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that is part of it, and so much of it is, there's things that, for example, we got a new staff. Well, there's things. How much of that is because there's a ton of new. I mean, I got 8 new coaches here and 2 new coordinators. Does that mean we just need to get some things in sync and we buy a little more time, or is it not salvageable? Is it? These are all the little things that you think about when the time is right. And I'm not there. I still got another week. Yeah. Same thing with players. I mean, yes, we have more talent. Are we the same team we were in 2022 at the end of that year? You got to start asking yourselves, and if not, why? What is it about that? Is it? There's all kinds of things, but we're not there, and there'll be a time to get there. But yeah, anytime you fall below your own standards, and certainly we didn't get in the playoffs. It's a disappointment, and so it's going to be uncomfortable, and it should be uncomfortable.
I promise we have a couple Bears questions. Just one other zoomed out question. We're going to get a ton of calls and already have about Jared Goff and how he played on Christmas Day. Just if you could share how you feel about him long term and how
Jared
you got.
Goff is a stud. Yeah. He's an absolute stud. We're fortunate to have him as a quarterback. He's a winning quarterback in this league. He played at a very high level all season long. He played even better than he played the year before, and he's continued to play better. We're thankful to have him. I'm thankful to have him. He's an absolute stud. He's a pro. He's going nowhere.
Dan Campbell joins us on the Costa and Jansen program. All right, you do have one game left. It's the Bears. Obviously, Ben Johnson is the focus from a lot of the fans. How have they gotten better since when you guys basically kicked their ass in week 2?
Well, they're more polished. It's anytime you come in and you bring in new players. They brought in a lot of free agents, and then the players that were there are new to what they're trying to implement. It's going to take a minute to get your system up, and they've done a good job. They're more polished, man. They're more sound on offense and defense. Certainly defensively, the big thing there is takeaways. Man, they're getting the takeaways. I mean, they lead the league right now in defensive takeaways, and really nobody's close to that. So, it's become part of what they do, and the yards are irrelevant, man. When you're able to take the ball away and give it back to your offense, that's always going to be – that's really the most important stat you can have. So, and I know D.A., he's going to make sure that they're sound, they play hard, which they do. And so those two areas are where they're different. Offensively, much more polished. Ben's got the system in. Everything's much more crisp. The run game is where it all starts for them. They're able to run it. I mean, they're rushing for well over 100 a game, easy. That offensive line's doing a really good job. Tight ends, using the weapons. Caleb's playing at a high level. Play action pass now is really thriving with him because of the run game. And So it's a much more polished team than it was before, and it's no wonder why they're winning. I mean, they take care of the football, they take it away on defense, and they don't beat themselves. That's good football.
I know there's no such thing as a meaningless game for you. So what is the emphasis and what meaning do you guys put for this game against Chicago?
Well, anytime you line up to play in this league, coach or play, it's meaningful. We're fortunate to have an opportunity to do this, man. Not everybody gets to do this. And, yeah, it stinks that we're out. You got one left. But I don't view this as meaningless. I don't. And I know exactly what I'm looking for. And sometimes this is the best way to find out what you got in the building. You don't want it to be this way. But then when you do, there is a silver lining. You find out in a hurry. Just like I did in 21, we did in 21, early part of 22, you find out a lot about guys.
Will we see a sighting of either Wingo, Manu, or Hassanin at all?
You might see a sighting of someone.
Dan, have you kept in touch with Ben Johnson as the year goes on? I can't imagine you talked to him this week, but what's your relationship like with him as the season is unfolded?
No, it's been a while. I mean, really, I haven't talked to him. I don't know the last time I've talked to him. But I mean, that's part of the season too. I mean, we're busy, man. I mean, your head's down, you're just going. And it's not like I've been able to stay in contact with AG very much either. It's just, that's the nature of this business, man. You're working. If you're fortunate to go home, see your family, it's a blessing. And otherwise, you're back up here trying to grind and win games.
Well, Dan, we've appreciated having you on all season long. We'll see you out at training camp. But thanks so much for getting up and spending these weeks with us.
Yeah, all good. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Happy New Year to you guys.
Happy New Year, Dan.
All right.
It's 97.1.